This has to be probably the world's most annoying TikToker. But if TikTok isn't your thing and you only check in here occasionally, well, let me introduce you to someone who, unfortunately, you're gonna wish you never saw in the first place. Lily Contino, the most hated transgender influencer at the moment.
Hi friends! Today we're gonna talk about something super important, what it means to be transgender. It's a big word, but I promise that it's easy to understand. Ready to learn?
I'm sure you've seen plenty of their videos surfacing around online where they basically go into restaurants, bait people into just misgendering them, and then getting upset when they just inevitably do, ruining the waiters or anyone's day. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let me just quickly clarify, people aren't hating on her just because she's a trans woman. No, the issue here runs much deeper than that. If her name doesn't sound familiar to you, or you haven't seen any of her TikToks, or if you've only caught one of her oh-so-innocent restaurant and food reviews, well, you might be sitting there thinking, she's just reviewing food, it's not that bad.
It looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, it's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Oh,
Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The sweet water starts at okay.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir.
Self-obsessed, attention-seeking, crybullies. It's a thing, crybullies. They're the types who simultaneously play the victim but are really the bullies themselves.
Did you call me sir? I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir. Called me sir.
Yeah. There's more.
I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. You. I'm not sir.
Oh, sorry.
Not sir. Not sir. The guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
Oh, we're gonna let him know that.
I do like the little hat on the dog. That's a nice touch. But
Well, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but there's a lot more to Lily than just her hideous pigtails. This person is in her 30s, dresses like a kid, and surprise, surprise, acts like one too. Cute, isn't it? Would you say? No, honestly, I think most of us would agree this is just pure nightmare fuel. It honestly screams creepy and pathetic, and this unfortunately becomes even clearer when you look at her main content, which involves harassing people who accidentally misgender her in a restaurant.
What it means to be transgender.
She puts them on blast online, even when it's painfully obvious that it was just an honest mistake. These are just real slip-ups, but instead of using them as a teachable moment, Lily prefers to crank up the situation and play perpetual victim. She's practically making it a full-time job to ensure everyone knows she's been wronged. Every single time.
You know I'm a turf, right? Trans, eccentric, radical feminist.
Are you a turf?
I'm a turf.
Wow.
Would you like me to move somewhere else? I go.
No, actually, you should tell me about being a turf.
You're a boy, right? You fought with me because honestly, I did hard.
I'd like to see you try.
Well then don't judge me for being a turf. I get to be who I want to be, you get to be who you want to be, right? If that's what you want, to be who you want to be, then I get to be who I want to be.
Which is,
I'm not a witch.
you're not a witch.
You know what? Take your stupid dog, eat your fucking food, and get the fuck out of my life, okay?
This is a first.
Because otherwise they have to label you a white racist.
I see.
For a 70-year-old minority woman, you're a racist. You want your rights, I want mine too.
Excuse me. Could you grab the manager, please?
I'm so terribly sorry. I'll definitely be escalating our apology to get information. I will apologize about that treatment. Thank you.
If there were an Oscar for online overreactions, well, she would have it in the bag. No contest needed. It's honestly just really awful to see, and in my opinion, I don't feel sorry for Lily. I really feel sorry for the people who she's putting on blast. Remember, these are people working real jobs who don't have time to cater for everyone on that kind of a level, and if they slip up, it's not the end of the world. While other trans creators on social media platforms are busy educating or even just raising awareness and working to reduce stigma, Lily seems to be on a mission to do, well, the exact opposite. She's not advocating for any real cause because her main focus is simply getting more attention for herself. And this not only undermines the hard work of those who are seriously trying to make a difference, but also reinforces negative stereotypes that in turn harm the community as a whole. It's truly a shame, and frankly, people like her are doing the community a huge disservice, making an already tough circumstance even harder for everyone else. But I guess it's way easier to throw a tantrum online than to actually, well, do something meaningful, especially if it funds her cravings for those fancy restaurant dinners. Oh, and this is still just scratching the surface. Believe me, there's so much more about this person that needs to be brought to light. Let's dive into a quick background check. So who is this? Lily Tino, that's got everyone talking. According to her website, which honestly still has me scratching my head over why it even exists. I mean, especially since no one takes her seriously, given her antics in public. Lily positions herself as an advocate, speaker, and educator. Damn. Those are some quite fancy titles, Lily, considering the only videos I've ever really seen of you is just screaming at people. Sure. She also claims to consult with companies worldwide on creating more trans-inclusive workplaces and policies. Very demure.
How I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease.
Now, her content is supposed to create a safe space for queer people and allies, and she's crowned herself a leading voice. But really? I mean, come on, let's not kid ourselves here. Most of her videos are shot in restaurants, so maybe her main goal is to normalize transgender representation in entries. But seriously now, she's not exactly making things safe for everyone, is she? But one of the most outrageous things about her is how she talks about her sexual awakening. I mean, she goes on about it as if she's sharing some enlightening experience, insisting it's important to discuss in safe spaces. But this kind of talk is honestly just plain bullshit. Why? Well, she's actually bragged about having a sexual encounter with another 3-year-old when she was the same age. Disgusting. Who in their right mind thinks that that's even remotely okay to talk about, let alone brag about it? There's a huge difference between discussing your own sexual awakening and recounting incidences of serious sexual. These are honestly just worlds apart. SA is completely unacceptable, and there's no way to justify it. And even if she was free at the time, the fact that she's bringing it up now as an adult and remembers it in such vivid detail without showing even just the thinnest bit of remorse, that's just seriously effed up. And this memory stuck with her in a way that feels really wrong. It even makes me sick just talking about it on this video. So for her to just straight out brag about it just doesn't make any sense. And as if all of this wasn't bad enough, she's also been chatting with minors and her own audience about sexual topics. So for young children, there should be a starting age for this kind of talk, provided it's proper sex education with guardian consent. Then that's a step in the right direction. But she's not doing any of that. She is just straight up subjecting them to these kinds of discussions that are just very age inappropriate, and it's not even educational at all.
It looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi.
As any one of us, I'm sure we would feel a little put out if someone used the wrong pronoun or title, especially if it didn't align with our gender identity. But for Lily, it's clearly about something even pettier than just that. And not in a sensible way. Take for instance, a video she herself uploaded, which honestly is also extremely stupid of her, where she mishears a waiter saying something that sounds like "you sir." She purposely leaps at the chance to expose them online, even though they clearly did nothing wrong. Yes, it's a perfect moment. Let me whip out my phone and film this. People are going to love this content. I mean, come on. She's actively on the lookout for opportunities to be offended, just so she can share it on TikTok for her followers and garner loads of views.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The sweet water starts at okay.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir. Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens. Sorry about that. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir, you know? Thank you. Did you call me sir? Hey, I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
What?
Called me sir.
Oh.
It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. No, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir. I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him that hurt. It hurts more though when it's not intentional, because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt. Thank you. I'm not sir. Not sir. Not sir. But the guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
I'll let him know that, and
It's honestly frustrating to watch for someone to exploit their identity this way while still claiming to be a supporter. At this point, she seems to be on a quest to find any slip up she can exploit, just so she can parade her victimhood for all to see.
I'm not always the easiest customer. And also they deserve it because they're served.
And also on top of that, I mean, this has probably crossed your mind. Is she even a real food critic? No. She's not at all. She's more of a person critic who targets and insults the crew at the restaurants she eats at. Honestly, just every time I catch her going live, she's either complaining or throwing out sarcastic and rude comments. And I'm sure you guys already know the type. Always ready to pick a fight over the silliest of things, when she claims she's getting, and I quote, harassed in restaurants. It's also funny how she never shows the faces of those supposedly bothering her. I mean, yeah, it would be worse if she actually did, but the thing is, she would always be the first person to turn that phone directly to the person who is calling her sir. But those people never actually get to be seen. So she's just collecting moments to amplify her own drama while occasionally editing out anything that might show the other side of the story. And this, well, it's the kind of person who doesn't deserve respect. Because at this point, I mean, she clearly doesn't show any to others. The way someone threatens service workers is honestly a huge indicator of their kindness and compassion, right? And well, Lily's behavior speaks volume about her personality. I mean, have you guys ever been at a restaurant and someone starts to treat the waiters not very nice? You can kind of tell a lot from a person who does that. And Lily is obviously no exception, and she records it and uploads it, trying to ruin their career. It's honestly kind of pathetic.
Kind of slowly, one by one. The bruschetta, the little gem hearts, the corsetti, and the guanciale.
Which one?
The guanciale.
Sorry.
How do you say that?
Guanciale.
Guanciale. And you don't have ranch dressing, do you? Yeah.
I can check, but I don't have.
Or any sort of thing to dip the crust in would be awesome. Okay, thank you.
Let's try to figure out do you want to take a break and see what other table might work?
Yeah, we can take a quick little walk here. Yeah. Just a shady one would be ideal. This one would be better.
I just don't, because it's going over the trees now. So.
Yeah, or even that one over there would be great in the middle, like.
Okay, let me try to. Which one do you think would be better? I need to just ask the door real fast.
Whatever is going to be the shadiest. So probably that one, right? Yeah, that one.
Okay.
All right.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no rush. Thank you. I'm here, Nudge. I could check means nah, no ranch. That's fine. I don't need the ranch. It's just nice. He is fantastic. His name's Rick. How's the no caffeine going? It's going well. It's going well. I mean, I'm a little low energy today, but I also didn't get very good sleep. How much have I made thus far for the tip challenge? Technically $0 so far, because everything that goes to the tip challenge will go to the meal, and then everything over will go to the tip. So far, we have $35 total. I have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App if you want to contribute.
Just leave all this here, and then if you'd like to come up, I'll bring your drink for you.
Oh, here, I can definitely help carry things.
No, you're fine. Just that stuff, don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll bring your drink for you.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry about that. Sorry for being a tough customer. All right. Do you have a savings, Lily? No, absolutely not. I live paycheck to paycheck. I wish I had a savings. I mean, I have a couple months rent, but like that changes depending on the month, depending on the expenses. All right. Thanks again. All right. Okay. Oh, so much better here. Oh, so much better here.
Because absolutely everyone should be treated with respect, but it's very infuriating to witness someone who prefers to promote treating others as if they're insignificant. I mean, this one time she was filming about a restaurant not letting her eat inside. She complained that the place was not for transgender people, but the main and only issue was that she was filming everything and everyone inside. Obviously, that has nothing to do with her gender. She just creates made up problems and runs with it. Honestly, I mean, how can you even expect to be treated with dignity when you are invading the privacy of others? I mean, it's just absolutely pathetic. And the worst part is, she absolutely hates it when people try to empathize with the service workers she insults, which is honestly kind of funny because most people are definitely on their side. And you might be wondering at this point, how the hell she manages to dine at these expensive places 3 or even 4 times a week when she doesn't even have a job. I mean, times are tough, the economy is a dumpster fire, and it's only gotten worse. But it's honestly mind-blowing that her followers are so eager to throw money at her just to cover her lash lunch and rent while she's spouting her nonsense online. She's definitely living better than her donors, and honestly, that sounds like a dream life to me. So why is she complaining so much? Obviously, she doesn't give a damn about any of the comments because Lily, your girl, only knows how to read the dollar signs. I mean, that's what really matters to her. Anyway, the whole noble advocate act she puts on during her live streams is a total 180 when you peek at her Instagram. It's a totally bizarre alternate reality. I mean, her account is just filled to the brim of these really subjective photos. And honestly, there's so many of them, I'd rather not risk including all of them in this video and making you all gag. It's really that disgusting. I mean, no one on my channel needs that kind of trauma, so I won't do that to you guys. But in return, if you could please hit the like button, because I did have to look at those, and it's the only way I can regain my eyesight back. She tries to present herself as a gentle trans woman in children's clothing, but then her poses are very unsettling. Even something as innocent as cutting a cake turns into a scene that's just over-sexualized for no reason. And it's looking at pictures like this that just confirm that this person is seriously deranged.
Where should I, just like right here?
Yeah, you can put it, you can do right down the center if you want.
Like that?
Yeah.
All the way? No.
Partial.
I'll do that.
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I noticed some hair regrowth on my marshmallow wand. That's bad because the outside of the wand is what becomes the inside of the tunnel, so you don't want hair growing there, or else it's very uncomfortable. So I talked to my surgeon and he said that it would be best to postpone the procedure until after hair removal is complete. This is obviously disappointing because I was really excited to have a marshmallow tunnel sooner. That being said, it is still happening. We're just not sure when it's happening. Hair removal is a fickle thing and it's really hard to predict when it will finish. But my hair removal technician thinks it will be before the end of the year. So, fingers crossed. Oh, what's up? My mom's here, by the way. The marshmallow tunnel.
But maybe the stupidest thing she's ever done was her Disneyland video, where she just couldn't resist loudly discussing her reproductive organs with hundreds of kids behind her. I mean, she strolls into Disney wearing a crop top that says protect trans kids, looking like some nutty overgrown toddler with pigtails and Minnie Mouse ears while she's waving a stick and 2 balls, representing them in a sexual way. Again, involving food. It's food. It doesn't have to be sexualized. Yes, Lily, what a great choice, especially in a place filled with kids. I'm sure your parents must be extremely proud of you. And at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one thinking she's actually making trans people look bad on purpose. She must be, right? I mean, how do you call yourself an advocate for your own community and somehow end up causing more trouble than you're fixing? Can someone please explain this to me in the comments? Am I missing something here? Personally, it feels like such a waste of a platform. She's got this massive following, but instead of using it for good, well, she's just consistently stirring the pot. Well, congratulations, Lily. You are really nailing it. Such a brave advocate. Hey guys, I mean, she takes your money and complains all day. So brave. And the fact she loves to whine, then gets misgendered in public, yet thinks it's totally fine to bring this topic up around kids. Well, it kind of says it all. At this point, I feel like her brain needs a serious reboot so we can welcome her back to reality, because it's just disgusting. And when I say she has zero consideration for anyone but herself, I think we can all agree on that based on what we've talked about so far. Also, in a move that totally screams, "I'm a real woman, deal with it," she snaps a selfie in the ladies' restroom and shows it publicly. Because, you know, nothing says "I belong here" like completely discouraging anyone else's boundaries. And on top of that, there's another brain dead take from one of her live streams. I mean, she said her parents who assigned her gender at birth are committing child abuse because the baby doesn't give consent. What does that even mean? I mean, just think about that. Imagine being an excited parent and this person calls you abusive for sharing a special moment with your family. Huh? Honestly, you know what, Lily? If you've got any opinions to share, please do everyone a favor and just keep them to yourself. This world doesn't need your dumbass or offensive takes. And at this point, the crazier the claims, the more attention she gets, which translates into more dollars from her fans, who love to rally behind her and support her victimhood. It's just a never-ending cycle. Create drama, get sympathy, and cash in. You'd think advocating for a community would come with some serious responsibility, but Lily seems to thrive on controversy, and she's basically just hate farming at this point. Thankfully, more people are waking up on how absurd her content is, and if you've got any other names to dive into for our next video, well, please feel free to drop them in the comments below, because people like Lily are making the internet a living hell for parents. And well, it's high time we spread the truth. It's just disgusting how she adds dirt to the transgender community, especially for those who are trying to be taken seriously. With that all being said, hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.